But then, well, that's a problem. If musicians can't market their music, period, like say, well, because Spotify they have to pay these royalties. Every time somebody listens to your song, they have to pay for it. So of course they don't want a bunch of people who are not getting promoted by them to be costing them money all of a sudden for promotion dollars that they're not getting. The big people and the big labels can pay to have Taylor Swift's banner on the homepage for $1 million for a week or whatever. That's the advertising dollars they want. They don't want to have to pay the royalties to 15,000 independent artists who are all marketing their music. So there's that. But if that was it, if Spotify said, hey, this is our deal, this is our Goldilocks zone, anyone in this zone or out of the zone, whatever, we're taking down. If that were the case across the board, why then only is Distrokid seeming to be the one that's been impacted? Why were these all taken down at one time if they're now going to start rolling it out to other distributors? That doesn't make sense to me. And James has some interesting takes. So I'm going to give it to him. Now that I've kind of given here, that's my layman understanding of what's going on. Distrokid is saying that, no, we have our distributor as a distributor. No distributor has anything to do with this. It's Spotify. But common sense says if that were the case, if Spotify said any music that's in this zone that we think was somebody paid for promotion, whether it's organic or not, anyone that's in this zone is now off of Spotify. If that were the case, then people across all distributors everywhere would have been impacted. So is Distrokid saying that the only people who buy fake streams are on Distrokid? I bet there's a bunch of people on CD Baby who do it. How come they're not impacted? There's just a lot of holes in the story right now, and it seems that this just kind of happened and no one's really saying anything. So all we have right now are dots that we can try to connect, but these are like anything kind of like from this point on, it might be purely speculative. Our opinion of these are some dots. Is this a coincidence or is what's going on? All we want to do is kind of give our take. We don't have any sort of information. This is purely speculative, but we can give you the dots. We can tell you what we know. And then we might be able to try to connect some of these dots and see if you've been impacted by this as an independent artist, what you can do about it, and if you're screwed. So James, why don't you do a little bit more of a dive into the details of what you're seeing is going on in this Distrokid Spotify versus the independent artist thing here?
So when this first happened, I mean, it was largely finger pointing, like you said. Distrokid was saying it was Spotify. Spotify was saying talk to your distributor. That largely hasn't changed. Distrokid has slightly altered their message. But again, if you ask Distrokid or Spotify why, they say it's artificial. We don't have anything else to say. And if you say prove it, they say no. So at the very, very high level, there's not much we can do or an artist can do to fight. Distrokid gave this form, which I think is rather pathetic, to say, fill this out, we'll submit it for you on an appeal. And on the bottom of the form, it says that it's very unlikely that Spotify likely won't do anything at all and your music will remain down, which is true. We've been saying that to everyone we've talked to. But so let me go back to what happened actually. So it was a few thousand songs on Distrokid that were taken off of only Spotify. It wasn't taken off of anyone but Spotify. So that is weird because they didn't take it down fully and it was only Distrokid. Theories that immediately started coming out, things that other people were saying, were along the lines of Distrokid doesn't have enough money. Allegedly, Distrokid doesn't have money. Allegedly, Spotify owns Distrokid. According to the internet, Spotify owns part of Distrokid. So they thought it was some scheme to get Spotify to save Spotify money. A lot of people are saying they didn't do anything. It wasn't their most popular song, or it wasn't the song they actually promoted. They promoted other music and another song got taken down. There's no reason for the songs that were being taken down to be taken down. And when you think about the grand picture, like the whole picture, even if Distrokid's the most popular streaming platform in America, it's still statistically impossible that only songs on Distrokid would be taken down unless Distrokid did have something to do with it. Likely had something going on to do with the takedowns. We don't know what it is, but we can theorize just like everyone else. Talking with Elliot more today, I thought about what I think most likely happened is Distrokid has been tracking streams themselves for months, and they have some type of system they've been tracking. Spotify wasn't flagging anything, and Distrokid was like, "Oh, we've got this better than Spotify. We can do this better. We can save Spotify money." While doing this, they were tracking what streams were actually coming in, and they weren't paying for them because they were going to allege they were artificial.